Hello, and welcome to Marco Unmuted. Once again, I don't come as a council member, don't come as a property owner, and don't come as a business owner. Just come as the best form of me, Marco Mejia. And today we're unmuted. So these podcasts are catching a little bit of steam, and so I've been getting a lot of questions. One of the main questions I'm getting is about 250 East 1st Street and what's going on with that project. So this podcast is going to explain that. 250 East 1st Street was bought earlier this year, and the city council had the vision because they believe that their current city hall is too small, that they needed more space. So 250 East 1st Street is exactly 4,000 square feet. They purchased that building for $302,000, which in my opinion, they overpaid. They didn't even negotiate. Then they went on to spend $194,000 for architectural design, for people to design the layout of a 4,000 square foot building. Then they came back and told us they needed another additional $25,000 for Encore design. This isn't so. As a developer, I can tell you, Encore many times doesn't charge you. And this project this small, they don't charge you for equipment or for design. Then they sent it out to bid, and they came back with $1.7 million for construction. Council, once again, without question, approved almost $1.7 million for construction. So total cost for construction is $2.2 million. That's a lot of money for 4,000 square feet, don't you think? Then, insult to injury, they went and purchased furniture. $218,000 worth of furniture for 4,000 square feet. I tell you what, I don't know who went shopping, but they got real good taste. Total cost for this 4,000 square feet is $2.4 million. If you break down the square footage cost, that is $600 per square foot. Where's the pool? The hot tub? The rooftop lobby? The bar? For 600 square feet, for $600 a square foot, I think these are the things they should have got. Guys, this is the question. If they're going to spend this kind of money, $2.4 million on 4,000 square feet, why are they still continuing to talk about a new city hall? $30 million initial cost. Total cost, $63 million with financing. 30,000 square feet office building, 2 stories, 110 parking spaces. This doesn't make sense. This is a lack of leadership. This is no vision. City council has to do a better job. If you're going to spend this kind of money on 4,000 square feet, it should be enough for 10 years. Then we continue to talk about a city hall. This is your money. This is your money that they're wasting. You need to speak up. You need to get active. This isn't my fight. This is your fight. Let me explain to you how property taxes work. So let's say the average house in Lancaster costs $206,000. Total property taxes that the house pays is $4,873. Okay? But remember, half of that immediately goes straight to schools. The other half of that is broken down in 3s. It's broken into county, Parkland Hospital, and the city of Lancaster. City of Lancaster receives from that initial house of $206,000 valuable taxable money. City gets $1,239 of that money. Now let me explain to you why that $1,239 matters. Because a part of the furniture that the city of Lancaster bought, they were buying chairs that cost over $2,000. Now let me ask you, does the city of Lancaster with the streets, water lines, sewer lines, police and fire needing as much money as they need? Is this really the situation that we're in, that we can spend $2,000 on just one chair? Let me explain to you what it takes to get that chair. Remember, a house of $206,000 pays $1,239 to the city of Lancaster. That means to buy a $2,000 chair, it takes almost 2 houses or over 2 houses to pay for that chair. So I ask you again, does the city of Lancaster, are they in a position that they can spend $2,000 per chair? And I'm not even going to get into the other furniture. They were buying lamps and all kinds of beautiful desks with your money. Remember, a tax isn't something that's optional. When you get your tax receipt at the end of the year, it doesn't have a box that says, do you choose to pay or no? Pay yes or no. No, you're forced to pay that tax. So just like you're forced to pay, city council should be forced to do the right thing with that money. This isn't their money. It's your money. Money that you go to work every day and make that money to pay the city of Lancaster. So you should expect them to be more responsible. Guys, at the end of the day, I've said this before. This is not my fight. This is your money. It's getting ridiculous what I'm seeing this council do. We have to hold them accountable. I'm doing this because I want to expose what's going on in the city of Lancaster. I'm a lifelong resident. I was raised here all my life. I rode my bicycle down these streets. All I want you to know is I love the city, but I want the right thing for the city. That's why I'm doing this podcast. That's why Marco is unmuted as we speak, because I can't do this anywhere else but this forum. I want you to know that this is not my fight. This is your fight. Thank you for watching. Please hit the like button, subscribe button, tell a friend, tell your mother, tell everybody. Please get the word out. I'm doing this for you. Thank you very much.